Hi, I'm Marna, and today we're going to do our October long distance crafters. I cannot call them beginners anymore. We've been doing this a year. We're going to do our long distance crafters crafts and show you some ideas I had for the materials that I sent you. I am sending more than one idea because by now, not only are you more creative, you'll probably come up with better ideas than I'm sending you. This month I have sent a black dress, some tooling, and orange ribbon, as well as Halloween rings. And these are some ideas that you can use on your 18-inch dolls. Now these dresses will also fit Chatty Cathy, Charmin Chatty, 28-inch Barbie, and a whole list of other dolls. You do not have to have an American Girl or a Our Generation or Guts or My Life doll. There are other dolls that these outfits will fit. And then we also have Barbie outfits that I sent a piece of fabric that you can make these out of. Now I also have the ring on them in different ways. This one is wearing it for a bracelet around her neck, and this little girl is wearing it in her ponytail. And this is how we're going to do each of these crafts. I took this lunch plate and I drew around it on a piece of stretch knit. I like this. I bought over a yard of it to fool around with Halloween ideas. And then I folded it in half. I laid Barbie on it and I drew out the sleeves and I drew out a little top for her. And I'm going to cut this out and then sew it, and then we'll cut the neck out after. All right, so what we did is we cut a skirt out of the same size lunch plate, and we've got that. Well, let's put the shirt on first. Here's where we are with the shirt. I sewed along the lines, my glasses, and now we're going to cut that out. I did want to say this fabric, I love, 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 love this fabric. This double knit has a little bit of stretch to it. It is perfect for doll crafts, especially if you're new or lazy like me, and it's easy to work with. You don't have to worry about frayed ends, etc. Okay, now we need a neck hole, and we're going to fold this in half, and we are going to cut a tiny hole. These holes always turn out bigger than you think, and you don't want a great big hole unless you want that down around her shoulders, which in fact I do. So I'm cutting a little bit bigger hole, and then on the back side, and I do have to look because the bats are flying both directions. I don't know if you can see that, but on this side, I think it was this side, let me peek inside. They were flying upright more. Okay, so that's the front side. And what we're going to do is go between the neck, slide your scissors down, open that up just past where the shoulder seams come together so that this will go on up over her hips. And then we'll turn this around. Okay, here's her little top, which if it were just a little bit longer could have been a mini dress. We will add a piece of Velcro in the back. Now, I made this little skirt just by cutting a hole in it. This, like I said, this stretch fabric is just delightful. And I am seriously considering adding. Don't ever throw away pieces of lace that are, you know, your short pieces. Throw them in a little plastic bag because I promise you, you will use them. I think I'm going to sew black lace around here, and then we'll put on the orange belt at her waist. Let's see how that all comes out. So this is what you can do with a small piece of fabric and cutting it into 2 dessert plates. The orange ribbon, I have to say, I think a off-white, maybe a gray or black might be cuter, but with her hair, I like it. Gives it that orange Halloween pop. Now, I know some of you doll collectors are saying, where did you find those shoes for the big-footed, flat-footed Barbies? Guess what? These are Blythe shoes that I put on her, and they're just little cheap Blythe shoes, and they fit her. And next, I'm going to try them on Curvy Barbie. I think they'll work. So I was tickled and delighted to find her shoes. You have 2 pieces of orange ribbon in your craft packet. For Barbie, you'll be using the shorter piece. The piece that is in with your tooling is for your 18-inch dolls. What I had done, for those of you that did not get a craft packet, I chopped up some fabric. As you can see, this was the side from the fabric store where they, I don't know, used an axe to cut it. Approximately 11.5 by 9.5 is what we're working from. And what we're going to do next, and I put googly eyes in there. I thought these would be cute if you took one of your outfits and then glued those around on it. Might be fun. So what we're doing for this next idea is taking Barbie, folding the neck down. I'm leaving the chopped edge because it's Halloween-y. And we're going to fold that down. And we want kind of high-waisted. Ooh, I wish that was just a little bit longer, but it's not. What we're going to do, let me level this out a little more, is we're going to take one seam at the edge and another one about, that far up in the middle. And what you have here is a fold over about 1.5 inches, closer to 2 inches. And we're going to put one seam at the edge and then one about, almost halfway up. Okay, I have my 2 seams in. I'm taking my safety pins out. If you see, this is double knit. It kind of stretched, so I tucked it under. It's not a problem at all. I have a safety pin at the end of my ribbon, and we are going to run this down at the bottom fold over. I guess that's what we'll call them. I don't know what to call them. Anyway, this is a quick, easy way to do this. If you were doing this and you wanted, like, for instance, black for your cape, red for your collar, there's a way to do that, and I'm hoping to show that very soon. Normally, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. I would put a stitch right in the middle so that the ribbon does not come out. And what we're going to do is put that around her neck. Hang in there, Barbie. And gather this to make her, see how her face is hidden? That's not a problem. She's a pretty doll though. We are going to pull her face back out. If you made this a little wider, of course you would have a bigger cape. If you made it a little longer, it would go to the floor. Like I said, I set these up for my long distance crafters. I don't call them beginners anymore. We've been doing this a year. And I just cut a chunk off. We could make something for Barbie. And what we have is a cape for Barbie. Now, normally she'd wear clothes underneath, but I wanted you to see the cape clearly. She needs a little black dress under there is what she needs. Again, you could use a different size ribbon, different color ribbon, but there she is. ready to go. Well, no, she's not. She needs that dress. But that makes a little cape, kind of Dracula kind of cape for Barbie. You can do this for any size doll. Okay, this one is so easy, it's incredible. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Barbie and set her aside. And this is a no-sew idea. And you fold this over about that far and make a very small notch in the fabric. And then on the other side, you do the same thing. See, I left that jagged because, well, it's Halloweeny. About the same. You take your doll and you put her beautiful hair back. Put her arm inside one. Wrap this around your doll, folding your wrap in. When we were kids, we had these dresses. They were so cool. They had 3 armholes, and you wrap that around, and you put one armhole in one arm twice, whichever arm you decided. And then it either had the opening in the front or the back like this, and you can do the same thing. Now, because that's a cute little evening dress for Barbie, and you could add, you know me, I like Barbie's waist. She works hard for that fit waist, and I like for it to show off. You could put a bow or a ribbon around there. Now, this is what's cool about this dress. There's just unending fashions here. You can take it the opposite direction and wrap it around your Barbie and put her arm in here. Pull this back over, and she has kind of a burlap bag look if you like that sort of thing, and you can ribbon it off. Me, I like the first way. There are several ways you can wrap this, just unending. Have fun with it. Have fun with your crafts. I've shown 3 different ways to use the fabric that I sent you because you should have choices. Now, the Google eyes would look cute glued to any of these outfits. I think it would be real cute on your Dracula cape if you glued Google eyes like 2 here and 2 here. It might be cute. Just an idea. I put those in case you wanted to use them. I love, love, love these black dresses. And in your packets you will have, if you receive a packet, you will receive one of these dresses for your 18-inch doll. It doesn't matter what kind of 18-inch doll, My Life As, or GOTS, or American Girl, Our Generation, it'll fit any of them. And for the rest of you, I got this on eBay, and I think I paid, well, I got it when they were cheaper, but you can still get these from $4.97 to $6.97 delivered. I think they're adorable. I really, really like them. Anyway, so I at first was going to enhance these, but I thought, you know, it's such a pretty little dress, standalone, that instead of sewing to the dress, let's enhance it so that the items can come off and they can wear them the rest of the year. So you in your packets either got this tooling with the silver spider webs or this tooling. I ran out. I had to do 2 different kinds and I liked both, so that's what we have, either the gold with the witches or the silver with the spider web. I'll be honest, I love them both. You have a piece of longer orange ribbon that goes with this craft. And you can do this one of 2 ways. You will need a good long piece of thread. I'm using black for the tool. I'll use orange for the ribbon. and it needs to be doubled so that your knot won't pull through the tooling. How do I know that? Oh, experience. Okay, so you pull your thread all the way through, and then you go up between your double knot, like this. And then what you want to do is just big stitches. It doesn't matter. These may be 1/4 inch. They don't have to be exact. Some people like to do it in exact science, and that's fine. I don't. And then you just kind of pull that as you go carefully. Make sure both sides of your thread are through, and you go all the way to the other end. With your needle still attached to your tooling, pull up your doll's hair, the bow in the back, and lay that just under where that black ribbon is. And what you want to do is tighten this so that it meets. It does not overlap. It just meets. And then pull your thread taut. I got one of her hairs in that. Let me get that. Pull that taut around, holding this end so it does not slip. Finish your knot at that end. When you see doll clothes or people clothes that have tooling and they're expensive, there's a reason for that. Tooling is not an easy medium to sew. All right, what you want to do once you've got that gathered, and it is not easy, you may want to pin this. Find the center of your ribbon and put that in the center of your skirt and sew that to the top. Now, a little bit coming out of the top is kind of Halloween-y, and then stitch that down. Okay, if you received the tool that has the witches and the bats on it, what you want to do is take your piece towards the center, because that'll be your front, and see which way has more items, like the witch and the cats and the pumpkins, going from top to bottom, and turn your tool that way. And what you want to do is on that grain, turn it over, and you do not have to tuck under, but fold this over and put about a 1/4 inch seam all the way down your tooling. When I sewed this on my sewing machine, it went okay. My sewing machine is set up to make goat and sled dog harnesses, and I need to redo it for this delicate stuff. But at any rate, it gathered it a little bit as it went. I let it do that. But rather than backing up on tooling to make my, or tool is called, to make my knot, I left my ends long. And what I'm going to do is get the twist out of there, and I'm going to knot that by hand like you would on suede or leather. Take your pin, and we're going to do what we always do, and that is feed the ribbon through the opening. And then what we'll do is gather that down and tie it around her waist. Before I go much further, I find center-ish, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be right in the center, and I just take, put a stitch or two here so that the ribbon doesn't pull out when you put it on your doll. I will do that after and show you how this looks. What we're going to do is put this around the doll's waist. Didn't mean to smack her down, that just kind of happened. Push that forward, tie your bow in below, oh, I undid that bow. Below the other bow, the black bow, the dress bow that is attached to the dress. Like I said, I just love this little black dress, and this dress also fits for those of you out there in YouTube land that do not have 18-inch dolls. These also fit the 28-inch Barbies, but there is the little add-on, and what you could do is take a Halloween pin, like a pumpkin, or put a little Halloween necklace on here, and that would set that off. And the gold shoes really look cute with that. And then after Halloween, of course, like I said, just take this off and you still have a really pretty dress. Thank you for watching our videos. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you've made any of these outfits from these ideas, or what other ideas you might have for the same piece of fabric and tool.